welcome everybody. This is just Levi. Give you some time for a new Let's Play. What are we Let's Playing this time? None other than Batman Arkham Origins, the third installment of the Batman Arkham series of games, and the prequel to Batman Arkham Asylum in Arkham City, and soon to be Arkham Knight when that comes out later on this year. So, yeah, this is a bit of a black sheep of the game series. It's not bad, but it's not great. This is made by a different company than the company that yes, we'll go ahead. This is made by a different development team than the development team that built the other Arkham games, and as such, it does a few things different, but in all honesty, it doesn't really do a whole lot different. The biggest problem would probably be the fact that this game has a few glitches here and there that in most games would be considered passable. In the Arkham games, it's kind of almost unforgivable. It would be if it was any other company. If it was the main company, which I'm trying to remember what the main company's name is now. Anyway, we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and story. We'll get new game. I think I'm gonna play this on normal. We'll turn the brightness up a bit so that everyone can see. At least I hope everyone can see. Actually, no, I don't think this affects my bit. Okay, so two things that just popped in mind that I should probably talk about. One, I'm doing this I'm recording this in my new location in Texas about a week after I moved, and I wanted to do one sooner, except my first game attempt was, well, the game ended up being too dark, and turning the brightness up did nothing. And so you literally be watching me play through half the game in nothing but pitch black. Which, by the way, if you know anyone who knows how to turn the brightness up on Fraps, please let me know in the comments or message me or something. Because I've been trying to figure that out for like probably 6 or 4 months at least. Yeah. So that was kind of both the things I wanted to talk about that kind of got merged into one. Yeah. Well, the hair textures on the bats would be a little better. But, it's not bad for, I guess, modern.
Police and emergency services.
Of course, we all know who that is.
Off the roads and in their homes tonight in light of the severe winter storm warning. Man is an island, Bruce. You've been back for almost 2 years now.
Another thing about this game I should mention, it's also noticeable for not having Mark Hamill as the Joker. He claims he retired from the Joker voice in Arkham City, but it's also known for not having Kevin Conroy as the voice for Batman. Those of you who don't know, Kevin Conroy is the voice of Batman from the 90s Batman animated series. Probably the best Batman voice in my opinion, and in many others' opinion. But anyway, with all that, I'll shut up and let you enjoy the cutscene.
Suspect identified as Black Mask. Repeat, code 10 suspect is Black Mask. Commissioner Loeb is being held captive. Repeat, Commissioner Loeb is 701.
I really like how he saw his mirror image in front of the bat suit. I got a bit of stubble on his chin. That's actually pretty decent details for.
You do realize it is Christmas Eve, sir.
Yeah, so yeah, I think that's Blackgate Prison. forgot we started in
Black
Blackgate.
Mask entered the prison here. I need to find Commissioner Loeb before it's too late.
Okay, so I'm getting some. Oh, looking back there, I'm getting some frame rate issues. I'm not sure if that. Just to let you know, this is like I'm testing to make sure everything works. But anyway, WASD walks around, mouse control moves, left mouse click punches, right pulls out your weapon, or in combat it will counter whenever you see an enemy has lightning bolts above his head. Middle click throws out your cape, which confuses enemies or stuns enemies. Left control crouches, space holding and run, tapping it twice does the front flip, tapping it once, tapping it. Yeah, tapping it once does nothing. Oh. And here we go, our first cut, or second cut. Oh!
But by the time I do,
Oh.
I won't be the only thing you're missing.
What is that? Behind you!
Oh, come on. Expect me to fall for that? I mean, try something original. Back off!
Like you couldn't see right there when you see the blue lightning bolts, you right click to the counter. Then you do not have to be facing your enemies to do that, which is actually a godsend for a game like this. And
Don't hurt me!
I'm actually not sure what happened.
I heard the rumors, but
I'm not sure what happened if you missed on either of
it's not supposed
those.
to be real.
Who tore this place apart?
I don't know what it is. It's huge.
Where is Black Mask?
I don't know. He's here for Commissioner Loeb. Maybe one of his men knows where he's headed.
Okay, so you need to track down Commissioner Loeb. Doors you can go through will open automatically. Though we won't be going. Oh no, there are a few doors we have to go through on our own. You can't go through them. Then space bar will be your interactive key.
About time he got what's.
Yeah, it looks like it's Christmas Eve. Oh yeah, Alfred did say it was Christmas Eve, didn't he?
Black Mask's man. I'll make you tell me where I can find Black Mask.
Then you're into our first combat sequence. So if we go ahead and hit this guy, then we can. There. Okay. I apologize if the camera gets a little wacky when I'm fighting. Oops. It's for those of you who have played, who have watched my playthrough of the other two, you'll probably be used to it.
I'm
But
going to make you talk. How much pain you endure before that is in your hands.
we get some camera control here.
Time for this.
Okay, okay.
Do we?
He said it to the
Or is it just
execution chamber.
no? The camera's just being shaky on its own. Oh wow!
Smart move. Now you get to take a nap.
Ooh. Okay, so go ahead and open this. Oh no, that's the way we came through, isn't it? So right here, this is an interesting thing we see in the corner here. Unlike the other games, you get judged on your skill level of your combat, based on how big your combo is, how many gadgets you used, how efficient you were with everything. And it can be kind of annoying trying to get a high rank because, in order for you to get certain skills, in order for you to get upgrades, certain upgrades and gadgets, which we'll get into later, you actually have to perform certain achievements to get them.
That doesn't belong here. Wonder who's controlling it.
We'll get into that. I guess we'll get into that later when we unlock that. But for now, we just need to. Oh look! And there we go.
Let's play.
For a moment there, I actually confused my combo meter for my
What happened to peace on Earth?
recording icon. For those of you who don't know,
I need to grapple up and over it quickly.
for those of you that don't know, when you a lot of security. Sorry, I'm sorry, we're in a prison. That's what I have on my mind. A lot of recording software displays your frame rate in the corner, and so sometimes when I see that the combo number, it confuses me. But right there, oh wow, that.
What is that?
That's what got you into this mess in the first.
Okay, so we were just introduced to Killer Croc, and probably one of the worst things I've seen in history is like texture popping for a character model. I think that's what I saw there, and of course, seeing really slow frame rate here. Actually, I am, at least. I'm not sure if you will, but anyway, you'll see that. You may notice there's an F icon that pops up right now, and if you tap the F key, you'll pop your grapnel. Then you also have a quick fire, which is I have it set to G. Q, you tap Q to activate your batarangs. Alternatively, you can press 1 to activate your batarang, and then right click to pull it out, and then left click while holding right click to fire it. Or you can do 2 to pull out your grapple. Do the same thing you would with the other thing. 3 to pull out your explosive gel spray. Left click to drop it. Middle click to detonate it. We don't have access to 4 or 5, but 6 we have smoke pellets, which you can drop to either distract enemies or get out of a sticky situation. Cryptographic sequencer, which we'll get into what that is. Right now, as it is right here, it's pretty useless. I mean, you can listen to some generic chatter all over the place, like basically like police talking, or maybe someone, or maybe like the news or something like that. And if we hit equal, we have our remote control batarang, which we use like a batarang except we actually control. Oh wow, and this is inverted controls. I forgot this is inverted controls. Oh wow. Okay, so up goes down and down goes up on that one. But anyway, right here, what the game wants us to do is hit V to tap into detective vision. Now, detective vision is actually pretty interesting because it lets it see through walls, and it also highlights important things like certain doors, switches, and enemies, as you may have noticed. Now what we want to do here to get underneath this, to get to these guys, is you want to hold space, run, and as we get to the door, we hold left control to slide under the door. Now you may have noticed we automatically went out of detective vision. Typically speaking, you'll stay in detective vision until you either press the V key or until an enemy hits you. I'm going to try to stay out of detective vision as much as possible because one of the big things I want to show off, one of the big things is trying to show off the game world itself, and a lot of people want to see just this. I mean, but one other thing I want to do, if you have it, okay, nope. Actually, here we go. Profiles. So like with all the other Arkham games, we have profiles. Each profile talks about characters. I don't think this one shows their comics the first comic they're in, like the others did. But just like with the other games, I'm going to go through all of them. Starting with Batman. Real name Bruce Wayne. Vigilante. Occupation Vigilante, based in Gotham City. Eye color, blue. Hair color, black. Height, 6 feet 2 inches. Weight, whatever. I'm not going to go through the height and weight for everything. I think I'm probably just going to go through the first 3 things for most things. The real name, occupation, based in. Oops. I gotta remember how to do this. Okay. I'm going to skip the notes and go into the... I'll basically be doing the profiles. That's the big thing. So, from Gotham City Police Department files, suspect is believed to be responsible for multiple assaults against both criminals and law enforcement officials. Identity of suspect currently unknown. May be a single individual or multiple individuals working together. Conflicting reports of suspect's physiology range from dark specter to large winged creature. Lack of photographic and forensic evidence makes it difficult to confirm or refute these claims. First sighting reported nearly 2 years ago, though frequently has recently increased. Multiple reports of suspect employing custom-built armored vehicle and unlicensed low-flying aircraft. Warning: considered armed and extremely dangerous. Approach with extreme caution. Multiple outstanding warrants. Additional: immediately notify desk officer and vigilante task force if suspect is cited or evidence obtained. So yeah, there's Batman. Go back. Here's Bruce Wayne. Real name Bruce Wayne. He's the CEO of Wayne Industries and lives in Gotham. So from the GCPD, Thomas and Martha Wayne were gunned down in an alley outside the Monarch Theater when Bruce Wayne was just a boy. He was raised by the Wayne family butler, Alfred Pennyworth, but disappeared in his late teens for several years. Upon his return to Gotham 2 years ago, the sole surviving Wayne made an impression on the city with his philanthropy as well as his aggressive reluctance to discuss exactly where he was or what he was doing during his time away. All reports indicate Wayne Industries and Wayne himself are inscrutable. But someone with this much power and influence should be watched closely. Apparently not closely enough, because, and spoilers for people who don't know this, he's Batman. So unless you haven't read, yeah. So we have Alfred Pennyworth. He's a butler in Gotham City. Alfred claims to have been an accomplished actor before he signed on to be the Wayne family butler, but records hint at a history with military intelligence. Being an actor could have just been a cover, or acting could just be a very useful skill for an intelligence officer to have. For Alfred's part, he's not offering up details, but his extensive medical knowledge suggests that he's more than a common thespian. Alfred is still having trouble accepting the reality of Bruce Wayne's double life and continues to push Bruce to give up his crusade for mundane pursuits. Okay? Those are I guess you could say the big 3. Actually, there's technically an actual third that we'll get into later. And a 4th, I guess. So you have Vicky Vale. I think has been in all the Arkham games so far. Investigative journalist. Her real name is Vicky Vale. Vale's stories often attack corrupt officials head-on. That is, when she can get the stories by her editor. While a noble sentiment, the people she targets don't take kindly to being thrust into the public eye. She could find herself in trouble if she doesn't find more subtle ways to do her job. Still, it's admirable to see the journalist afraid to expose the truth in a city, or unafraid to expose the truth in a city defined by corruption and lies. Gotham needs more people like her. Then we have right here, we'll have Black Mask, who, I don't think I mentioned this before, but he's going to be our primary villain for the majority of the game. So yeah, get used to that handsome looking mug. One thing I want to mention real quick, before I continue on with this, one thing that I do kind of miss is in the original Arkham game, in Arkham Asylum, whenever you clicked on a character's profile, you saw a hand-drawn picture of them in place where you'd see the CG model, in this case. I kind of missed that. I kind of wanted to see these the drastic characterization, like the comic book look and style of that, but they changed that in Arkham City, so it's not something you can hold against this game. But anyway, so we have Black Mask, real name, Roman Sionis. He's a crime lord in Gotham City. Roman Sionis is one of Gotham's most powerful crime lords, though thus far he has managed to avoid conviction. He maintains several legitimate businesses, though many are believed to be fronts for illegal operations. Notable businesses in his portfolio include Janus Cosmetics, Gotham Merchants, Bank, and the now defunct Sionis Steelworks. And real quick, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to pronounce that Yanis or Janus. I know there's like two ways to pronounce it depending on where you are, and I don't know which one to use. I'm just gonna go with Janus because I'm not sure what Sionis is. I'm not sure. I'm pretty certain Sionis is a made-up name. It just sounds foreign. Anyway, Sionis has been charged with embezzling city. Let me restart that. I'm sorry. I don't know. Sionis has been charged with embezzling city funds, murder, racketeering, distribution of illegal narcotics, and other offenses, but never convicted. Witnesses for the prosecution have been known to recant, die, or disappear. I'm not sure what recant means. He owns half the police officers in Gotham, along with several judges and city councilors. Those he can't buy, he intimidates with torture or eliminates. Okay. We'll go with this guy next. This is technically the first guy we saw. Martin Joseph. Occupation Blackgate Prison Warden. And I don't think he's been in any of the games yet. Actually, let me go. See, I think these three characters are new to the Arkham games. I know Black Mask has been in several Batman stuff over the years, but this is the first of the Arkham series he's been in. He was mentioned briefly in Arkham City, and I think maybe in Arkham Asylum. Might have had he had a profile in Arkham City, but anyway. So we have Martin Joseph. Though Joseph has a degree in criminology and spent a short time in the police administration, he has never worked a beat or done time as a prison guard. He was hired because of his administrative abilities and tasked with finding ways to increase prison profitability. While he has experienced some degree of success, it has come at a cost. The number of inmates has ballooned while maintenance expenditures have been cut, causing the facility to fall into disrepair and disrepute. So many words. I'm not sure what disrepute is. There are more and more guards on the payroll of Black Mask and Penguin, and the prison has become a haven for criminals and criminal activity. Should we know that Joseph himself does not appear to have criminal ties? He is simply trying to do his job, the job he was hired for. No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was thinking of a different character. Anyway, we have the last guy, Commissioner Loeb, Gillian B. Loeb, GCPD Commissioner. As much politician as policeman, Gillian Loeb is a blight on Gotham. He runs the city like a criminal kingpin, and the police under his command are used as his personal enforcers. He is particularly close with Lieutenant Brandon and his shoot-first SWAT teams. Under Loeb's watch, the city has experienced relative peace between the various crime families. This peace that has allowed them to exploit and extort the citizens who live and work on their turf. As long as Loeb remains in power, so too will the kingpins. So yeah, it seems like we got some corruption here. But I think since I went through all the profiles and caught up with all that, before mine so far. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and go up that elevator in the next episode. So the next episode we'll be going up that elevator and finding Commissioner Loeb and Killer Croc, hopefully. With all that said, I'll see you guys later.